Apple had an event last month introducing the iPhone 14, the 14 Pro, AirPods Pro 2, and Apple Watch Series 8 SE, and the Apple Watch Ultra. What are we going to expect from Apple this month in the month of October? I am a huge Apple fan. I am in the Apple ecosystem, and it is the main engine editing my YouTube videos, my daily computing, and the technology behind my wireless communications. October's here, and if we look at the last couple of years, Apple has hosted an October event in 2020, revealing the HomePod Mini, in 2021, revealing the MacBook Pro with M1 Pro or M1 Max, and HomePod Mini in 5 different color options. This is going to be my personal predictions. I have no inside scoop of what they will announce and only speculating what I've seen being unveiled in the last couple of years and what they announced in September. Here are my thoughts. The last couple of years, they have announced something to do with smart voice assistants with the HomePod Mini. If they stay consistent, we might see a new HomePod or a new HomePod Mini 2, or if they really want to jump into the trend of Google and Alexa, a HomePod with a screen. Now that last one is pretty doubtful. I don't really think they're going to release a HomePod with a screen. And that leads me to my next prediction, which is an updated iPad Pro with M2. Apple keeps updating the iPad Pro with the latest chipsets that power their iMac, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini computers. There might be some updates to the screen size and or screen technology. I feel it is close enough to just give us the capabilities to have a Mac OS, which a lot of people are asking for. I personally would love to see at the very least Apple software like Final Cut Pro be cross-platform. For me, it would be great when I travel a little bit more in the future, now that the world is opening up, to have Final Cut Pro on my iPad. That being said, I personally don't think I would notice the increase in speed and performance with the iPad applications that I currently use. Right now, if I were to upgrade my iPad Pro, it would be to a new generation iPad Air. Earlier this year, I was predicting Apple was going to release an updated Mac Mini, and they ended up releasing the Mac Studio with the M1 Max or the M1 Ultra chipset option. The Mac Studio looks amazing, and I made a video on my thoughts on the Mac Studio versus my current Mac Mini M1. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to watch that later. The Mac Studio was a great release and has amazing reviews. The price point gap between the Mac Mini and the Mac Studio is still a little big for most people in my opinion. So my next prediction is an announcement for an updated Mac Mini with the M2 or M2 Pro chipset. So I believe this will still have a lower price point than the existing Mac Studio and will continue to be the level entry Mac desktop computer. Okay, this next one is an overreaching prediction and highly unlikely. I want to predict it because it has been on my mind and the rumor mill of this particular release has been ongoing for years, which is an Apple VR or AR headset. Meta has done a fantastic job getting VR more mainstream, and even Sony stepping up with their updated VR headset release and feel this might be a perfect time going into the Christmas season, with a new product line that is becoming more popular. Looking at Apple's commitment to gaming on the iPhone, the iPad, and Apple TV, other than better gaming experience on a Mac, VR seems like the next step to that commitment, and with the progress we have seen with M1 and M2, would be a higher performance of VR, or at least a high performance VR experience, in comparison to what Meta has done with a mobile chipset. I have a ton of videos on the Meta Quest 2 and working in VR. I will have the links in the description below. The Meta Quest 2 is pretty good, not perfect, and has a lot of opportunities, hence the anticipation for an updated Meta Quest VR headset, and I can see Apple dominating this space if they really wanted to. I don't think there will be a lot of announcements and Apple keeping it pretty simple and streamlined for this October. These are just my predictions based on what I have seen in the past and what I would want to see going to the Christmas holidays. What are your thoughts? What do you think Apple is going to announce this month? Let me know in the comments below. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Be safe, stay awesome, and I'll catch you in the next one.